highest priority. Other things will take care of themselves. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanakamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. We'll chant Sankatanashana Ganesha Stotram. Om Gananantva Ganapadigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Umashravasthavam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanan Brahmanaspada Anashridvan Tibisi Dasadanam Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Narada Uvacha Pranamya Shirasa Devam Gauri Putram Vinayakam Bhaktavasam Smare Nityam Ayuh Kamartha Siddhaye Pratamam Vakkatundam Cha Ekadantam Dutiyakam Tritiyam Krishna Pingaksham Gajabhaktram Chaturtakam Lambodaram Panchamukcha Shashtam Vikatamivacha Saptamam Viknarajam Cha Umaravarnam Tathashtamam Namamam Bhalachandram Cha Dashamam Tu Vinayakam Ekadasham Ganapatim Dvadasham Tu Gajananam Dvadashaitani Namani Trisandhyam Yaf Paten Naraha Nacha Vignabhayam Tasya Sarva Siddhikara Prabhu Iti Narada Purane Sankatanashana Ganesha Stotram Sampurnam. We'll chant an extract from the Guru Stotram. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnana Timirantasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Satguruptam. We will chant Dakshinamurti Stotram followed by Gita Dhyanam before we go to Gita. Maunam Vyakhya Prakatita Param Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varsishtante Vasadrishiganai Avritam Brahmanishtai Acharyendram Karakalita Chinmudram Anandarupam Swatma Ramam Mudita Vadanam Dakshinamurtimide Vadapitapi Samipe Bhumi Bhage Nishannam Sakala Munijananam Jnanadataramarat Tripuvana Gurumisham Dakshinamurti Devam Janana Marana Dukkha Cheda Daksham Namami Chitram Batataror Mule Vruddha Sishya Gurava Gurostu Maunam Vyakhyanam Shishyastu Chinna Samshaya Nidaye Sarva Vidhyanam Vishaje Bavarogina Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanakamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om. We'll chant Stotram proper. There are 10 verses. Sorry. Om Vishwam Darpana Dishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam Pashyannatmani Mayaya Vairigo Bhutayatha Nidraya Yes Sakshat Kurute Prabodha Samaye Swatmanameva Dvayam तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयः स्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकम् असत्कल्पार्थकं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति वेदवचसा यो बोधयत्याश्रितान् यः साक्षात्करणात् भवेन्न पुनरावृत्तिर्भवाम्भोनिधौ तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये. Sorry, I'm yawning so much today. नानाच्छिद्रघटोदरस्थितमहादीपप्रभाभास्वरम् ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकरणद्वारा बहिः स्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भान्तमनुभाति तत्समस्तं जगत् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये. देहं प्राणमपीन्द्रियाण्यपि चलान् बुद्धिं च शून्यं विदुः स्त्रीबालान्धजडोपमा स्वहमिति भ्रान्ता वृषं वादिनः मायाशक्तिविलासकल्पितमहाव्यामोहसंहारिणे तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये. राहुग्रस्तदिवाकरेन्दुसदृशो मायासमाच्छादनात् सन्मात्रकरणोपसंहरणतो यो भूत्सुषुप्तः पुमान् प्रागस्वाप्समिति प्रबोधसमये यः प्रत्यभिज्ञायते तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये. बाल्यादिष्वपि जागृदादिषु तथा सर्वास्वस्थास्वपि व्यावृत्तास्वनुवर्तमानमहमित्यन्तः स्फुरन्तं सदा स्वात्मानं प्रकटीकरोति भजतां यो मुद्रया भद्रया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये. विश्वं पश्यति कार्यकारणतया स्वस्वामि सम्बन्धतः शिष्याचार्यतया तथैव पितृपुत्राध्यात्मना भेदतः स्वप्ने जाग्रति वाय एष पुरुषो माया परिभ्रामितः तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये. भूरम्भांस्य नलो निलोम्बरम् अहर्नाथो हिमांशुः पुमान् इत्याभाति चराचरात्मकमिदं यस्यैव मूर्त्यष्टकम् नान्यत्किञ्चन विद्यते विमृशतां यस्मात् परस्मात् विभोः तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये. सर्वात्मत्वमिति स्फुटीकृतमिदं यस्मादमुष्मिंस्तवे तेनास्य श्रवणात् तदर्थमननात् ध्यानाच्च संकीर्तनात् सर्वात्मत्वमहाविभूतिसहितं स्याधीश्वरत्वं स्वतः सिद्ध्ये तत्पुनरष्टधा परिणतं च ऐश्वर्यमव्याहतम् इति दक्षिणामूर्ति स्तोत्र. We will chant Gita Dhyanam and then go into Bhagavad Gita. Om पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्. नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः. सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वाणी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण घोर मकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोतीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तक केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जन षट्पतैरहरः वेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमद प्रध्वंसिन श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः इति गीता ध्यानम्. Now we shall go into Bhagavad Gita. Om Shri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha. अथ त्रयोदशाध्यायः. श्री भगवान् उवाच. Chapter 13 is called Kshetra Kshetragya Vibhaga Yoga. Vibhaga, discerning difference between Kshetra, the field of experience, Kshetragya, the experiencer. In the first 12 verses, Krishna gave us, Krishna the Yogacharya, Vedantacharya, Paramatma, he gave us the vision of what is the Kshetram. Kshetram. Kshetram means field of experience. So your Jagat, the cosmic Jagat, is your field of experience. Kshetra. Kshetra. And your relationships, Kshetra. Your possessions, Kshetra. Your position, Kshetra. Bring it closer. Your own body. Someone can please mute their mics, please. I think it's Raman sir's mic. Thank you. Train of thought is broken. Your body. The body also is a field of experience. The body is referred to as Bhoga Ayatanam, an equipment for experiencing experiences. And the mind is called Bhoga Sadhanam, the instrument, equipment and the instrument, where the body gives you Sukha, Dukkha, Shita, Ushna. The body gives you Shita, Ushna. The mind interprets it as Sukha, Dukkha. So Bhoga Ayatanam, Bhoga Sadhanam. That is the Kshetram. And then from verse number 8 to verse number 12, the teacher introduced us to certain virtues, certain values. These values and virtues were called Jnanam. Jnanam because the subject matter under study is very subtle, sukshma. And to study something subtle, the buddhi, the instrument, the antakarana, must also be capable enough to grasp subtle things. It cannot be a gross intellect, no tikshma. It has to be sukshma. It can't be a gross intellect. You should be able to understand certain finer nuances. So, the refinement of the mind, the growth into maturity is achieved by following certain virtues, certain values. To grow into a mature person, one must take initiative. To go physically, it will happen anyway. Whether you like it or not, you will grow physically. But to grow between the years, to grow into a mature person, one must take initiative. And to grow into a mature person and to be able to have a value for Vedantic study, to have a value for certain inquiries certain vichara that one has to do, the antakarana should be refined. It should be mature. Just as we need, so many areas. In any area, when you want to specialize, you must have certain nuances, certain subtlety about the whole thing. Imagine hours and hours of sadhana one has to do before juicing properly. So it requires a certain value structure. The values were described as 20 values. We saw through all of them. Mama Nittam Madam Bitvam Ahimsa Shanti Rajyavam Acharyopasanam Shaucham Sairyam Atma Vinigraha Indriyartheshu Vairagyam Anahankara Evacha. Like that we saw 20 values. In the last, I won't call it the last value, the ultimate value, we can call it that, was Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam. Artha. Artha means the very purpose of your pursuit. Tattva, the truth behind the very purpose of the pursuit, darshanam must be clear to you. If the main purpose, if the ultimate purpose is clear to you, everything else falls in place. If the main purpose is not clear to you, then nothing falls. You may pursue anything in the world, or it doesn't become meaningful. If the main purpose in life is clear to you, every pursuit becomes meaningful and becomes aligned to that main purpose. If the main purpose itself is not clear, then all other purposes just meander about. There is no real pursuit. Purposeless. You run to stay at the same place. And these 20 virtues, Krishna called it as Jnanam. Jnanam in this context means virtues. And it is also referred to as Jnanam for one more reason. These values, these virtues lead you to the ultimate. Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam lead you to the ultimate purpose. And when the ultimate purpose is clear to you, all other virtues fall in place. So Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam, my purpose in life must be clear to me. Therefore, Amanitvam has become meaningful. Amanitvam means a certain. Amanitvam is humility. Adambitvam, a certain forbearance to talk about oneself. You have very abashedness to talk about yourself. Anahankara, expression of all these both. So these values become very, very meaningful. And they all align towards the main value, Tattva Jnanartha Darshana. We saw up to this. Now Krishna is taking us a little further. It's a very structured study. Bhagavad Gita is such a structured study. The other day somebody was saying, in the middle of the battlefield, this fellow was giving a lecture. That's all the mind is capable of only looking at. See, that mind is called a gross mind. It needs a certain subtlety to understand. Now, let's take two nations. They have enough stockpiled energy to go to war against each other. But are they fighting? Is there not something holding back? So until they go to negotiation table, align, realign, non-aligned, what all we do. So when they can wait, why can't this war wait? Especially when there is a hero like Arjun, there are heroes like Sri Krishna there. Why won't they? This is beside the point. So Sri Krishna, the Gita Acharya, having given this, now takes Arjuna to the next level of study. The entire Gita, like I said, is very beautifully structured. The first 6 chapters talk to you about who am I. The second 6 chapters talk about who is Ishvara. The third Shatka, 6 chapters, talk about the Aikyam. In the third section, the first 5, that is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, talk about certain subtopics which makes knowledge firm. 18th summarizes the entire, very beautifully structured. Okay? So, Krishna in verse number 13 leads Arjuna to the next, leads Arjuna to an answer to the next question. You have asked about Kshetram. You have asked about Jnanam. Jnanam means values. Now I am going to tell you Kshetrajya, one who knows the Kshetra. And one who knows the Kshetra, it is your and my profile that Krishna has going to talk. So let's read verse number 13. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, 13. Nyeyam yatyat pravakshami, Nyeyam yattat pravakshami, Yajyatvamritamashnute, Yajyatvamritamashnute, Nyeyam yattat pravakshami, Yajyatva, Yajyatva, Yajyatvamritamashnute, Anadimat param brahma, Anadimat param brahma, Nasatta nasat, Nasatta, Nasatta nasat, Anadimat param brahma, Nasattana sat uchyate, Nasatna sat uchyate, Nyeyam yattat pravakshami, Yajyatvamritamashnute, Anadimat param brahma, Nasattana sat uchyate. Okay. Vakshami, I shall teach you. Aham vakshami. Tat, that. Yat nyayam, knowing which. Jnatva yat. Acha, that. Tat, yat nyayam, which is to be known, the subject matter. Jnatva yat, upon knowing which, Ashnute, one attains Amritatvam. Amritam means immortality. Tat Param Brahma, the knowledge of that Param Brahma. Anadimat, which is beginning. Let's just word beating. I'll give you the detail. Uchyate is said to be na sat, na sat. Okay, neither it is the cause nor it is the effect. So this is how Krishna gives you the word meaning, and it is broken up into. Okay. Yet now I am going to explain to you. The teacher says, I am going to explain to you. What am I going to explain to you? Nyayam yat, that which is to be known, that I am going to explain to you. Now, what is to be known? There are certain things without knowing which you can happily live here. I don't know anything about physics. I know this month there is a law of gravity. I don't know physics outside. operating business. There are so many people who don't know mathematics and live very well. There are so many people who know nothing yet live very well. So, without knowing so many subjects, you can live. But there is one subject, yat tat nyayam. If you do not know this subject, okay, life is wasted. Krishna is not saying so that you attend classes and pick up this book and things like that. Okay? Is there something which is worth knowing for every human being? If it is something worth knowing, is it worth knowing? Is there something which is worth knowing? Krishna leads you inside. Yet jnatva, having, when you come to know that, amritam ashnute, you attain amritam, freedom from mortality. This has to be understood very carefully. Freedom from mortality doesn't mean living on forever in this system. In fact, living on in this system beyond 70 years becomes a bit of a pain. There was a gentleman who told me, a retired gentleman from my own place. He said, sir, these days I spend more on medicines than on food. Is it not a fact? More on medicines than on food. More on worries than on anything else. Because balastravat tavat krida saktaha, tarunastavat taruni saktaha, vriddhastavat chinta saktaha, worried, worry. So, is there something worth knowing which will free you from this kind of life? Amrita, is it worth it? If there is something, is it worth knowing? And if something is worth knowing which can free you from all these problems of life, these struggles of life, is it worth ignoring for other worldly matters? This is called vichar. And for this, you need a certain subtle inquiry. So our quest, our seeking falls under two categories. We have repeated it several times. But let's continue it because it has to go into the system. Artha and Kama. Artha is all kinds of security. And Kama is all kinds of pleasure. So what is the security you seek? Some education gives you security, makes you feel that you are capable, where you are capable of competing and things like that. Education. After education, something to do. Do for what? So that you can earn some money. So pursuit of artha. So first education, then you pursue a job or something so that you can earn something. Then after you earn something, what do you want to do? You want to build a house. Okay, some people want to get married and then build a house. Some people want to build a house and then get married. Building a house and getting married means you may be fit only for Satabhishekam. So therefore you get married first and then build. So Satabhishekam is 80th birthday. So you first marry and then so you marry. Is it enough if you marry? No, whether you like it or not, others will pressurize you to have children. There are some people say, sir, I don't want to have children. I said, so what do you want me to do? Will you convince my parents? I said, as it is, I'm doing some quiet work in the evening and you people want me to get rich. Is it? So, you must have children. Then what you must do? Children must be educated. Okay, children educated. Now comes a major problem. Children should get jobs. They should get steady, permanent jobs. And they should be happy. Then they should get married. They should be happy in their marriage. Look at with every step that you take, how much control you lose. Yeah, about your job, yeah, okay. You're married to reasonable extent. Some people are under illusion that they control their spouses and things like that. So you can live with that illusion. It's okay. It's something you have to have. So what happens is some kind of control, and but then comes the next generation. You want to you want children, and then the children you want to get them educated, and then you want them to study something, but they want to study something else. You want them to need a particular lifestyle, they need a different lifestyle. You want to get married in a certain manner, want them to get married in a certain manner, they want to get married different manner. You want them to have children, they say they are now what is called tings, double income, no kids. So many things. The more your artha, the lesser your control. What is the word for artha? Security. The more security you seek, what do you discover? You're insecure further. You're become, you've inherited some few thousand crores. Are you secure? You want high walls. Then you want security guard. Why do you want a security guard? Because you're not secure. Then you want security cameras inside and outside. Why? Because you're not secure. The more money you have, the more insecure we feel about even the near and dear ones. Let me tell you, it's a real life. It happened. We had all gone to a very rich person's house along with our Swamiji. And generally it happens when Swamiji is in town and some people invite and we say, it's called Bhiksha. And we all go. Swamiji says some of these people will also come. Even if Swamiji doesn't say, they say, Swamiji ke saath Bhiksha hai, please you all come. So they host a good dinner. And we were all sitting there. So the rich couple, father and mother were seated. And Swamiji is seated in front and we are having small satsang kind of thing. So the son got up and went upstairs. After a little while, his wife went upstairs. Then the karta of the house, the rich man, he looks at his wife and says, go and find out what they are up. So, putradapi dhanabajam bhiti. The dhanabaji, one who is looking for security, money-made security. Even putradapi bhiti. Hey, what is he doing? Maybe he'll be able to open my safe or something. Where do you keep your money? What is it called? Safe. Why? Because if it's open, it is not safe. Insecure. You want a permanent job. Job security, I want. Many people say, I want job security. You want to be secure all the time. Well, what's your experience? Security is elusive. The security that you are looking for is elusive. What else are you looking for? Pleasure. What kind of pleasure? Lasting pleasure. Pleasure that never ends. What is your experience? It always ends. You look for security not just here. You look for security hereafter. Therefore, you start paying premium right itself, here itself. Or do all those pujas, what are you doing for? So that, Swarga, you can go somewhere. They say Swarga, I have never been. They say there is a Swarga Loka. You can live a secure life. What secure life? You have read stories about in the Swarga Loka. Who is the most insecure person in Swarga Loka? Indra Dev is the most insecure person. Because if you start doing one type of austerity, you are eligible to become Indra. Indra is not a person, Indra is a post. Like the post of a prime minister, president and things like that. It's a post. So if you are capable of doing one particular sadhana, you are eligible for Indra's post. So that the moment you settle down for your sadhana, Indra has become insecure. Arey, mera ticket cut jayega. Like it happens in your organizations. Okay. Let's say you are head of something. Okay. And then suddenly you see in the papers or you come across, they are looking for head HR. You are already head HR. You can't have two heads. Your insecurity has started. Even I am already head HR. Why are they looking for another head HR? So insecurity has started. Any padavi will give you insecurity because it can come, it can go. Any pleasure is incomplete because you never have a complete pleasure. Because either you are late for the show, or you are too early for the show, or you have to leave in between. You can't really sit through the whole thing. There are so many things bothering. So many. Suppose somebody has announced a show from 11 at 7 p.m. to 12 midnight. Are you prepared to stay till midnight? God, how will I go home? So no pleasure is, and the best piece will be paid only near midnight. So all pleasures are limited. All pleasures, artha kama is finite. But what are you looking for? You are looking for total freedom from insecurity. You are looking for that type of pleasure which never comes to an end. So next come the logical next question. Is it possible to have such pleasure? Is it possible to live a life of insecurity? Is it possible to lead a life free from insecurity? Is it possible? So Krishna says, I am going to explain to you that knowing which you will be permanently free from this sense of insecurity. Amritam ashnute, freedom. Amritam means immortality. Okay. Amritam is not just immortality, it is not freedom from death, it is freedom from the fear of death. Okay, when it comes to that, death is no big deal. At some point of time, you even pray for it. You know, there's an Malik mujhe utha le, all these prayers are there. There's a nice song there. Teri duniya mein dil tagta nahi. Malik hai utha le. That is not really a problem. Sometimes you want to be rid of all this. Even once you want some people also to be rid. Imagine somebody is in a coma, machine support. You want a person. So death is not a problem. Fear of death is a problem. What kind of fear? Till a certain age, it is own death. Beyond a certain age, it is the death of real near ones. Very beautifully said. अपने मौत का खौफ, अपनों के मौत का खौफ. So this fear of death is there. Freedom from this very fear. Is it possible to achieve? So rather than say, is there such a something, you say, is it possible to achieve? So Krishna says, I'm going to teach you that. And that is the knowledge of Kshetrajna, the knower of all these experiences. Experiences are finite. Kshetra is finite. The Kshetra is of his object. Who is a Kshetrajna? Subject. Different from the object. So if you are different from the object, the problems of the object cannot touch you. Careful, careful. This is an object. This object can come to an end. I know this object. It's an object. So The end of the object cannot mean my end. I can only say the object has to end. I may feel bad about losing something like, but it has to end someday. It has to end. Anything. Some can last much longer, but it has to end. If it is dear to me, I can possibly perhaps feel. But if I am going to find it difficult to accept the loss of this very thing, what am I going to be in the grip of? Insecurity. So, ascribing the right value to the object frees me from insecurity. What is the kind of happiness that you want? Limitless happiness. Go back to our favorite story. Favorite story. There was a small ring of the little finger, which was purchased when I was possibly, about how much? 1 year old. And then they kept it inside. Now this ring, small ring, is feeling insecure and small. No ananda. Because I bought me when I was about how many years? Maybe 1 year old. Now it's decades. So this ring feels that nobody uses me. They lock me up in a box. Nobody even looks at me. So they are looking at bigger rings and chains. And so I want to be a chain. I want to be a angle. I want to be one. What's that? Ear stud or something. And this small little ring is feeling very insecure and small. And says, hey, I want to get out of this struggle. Give me moksha. Then comes the guru ring. Another equally small ring. The guru ring and comes and tells, hey, you are not ring, man. Ring is only a form. You are actually gold. You are valued for your gold. Even though you are 60 years old, they have kept you in a dabba there because you are worth the value of the gold. So you are not ring, you are gold. But you have to interact in this world as a ring. As gold, you cannot interact. Who wants lumps of gold? You can interact this world only as a ring. In the same way, I see myself as a person who is a dukhi. And I want to seek sukham through a process of change. And what's my experience? Whenever I change from square A to square B, I find I'm missing A. I move from B to C, I am missing A and B. I want to be in A, B, C, D at the same time. Is it possible? It's not possible. Therefore, the teacher says, this is a subject matter of knowledge. A knowledge which will free you from wrong identifications. You are identifying with objects, including this BMS, body, mind, sense complex. You are identifying yourself with the objects. You have taken the limitations of the objects as your own limitations and your struggle. The struggle is called samsara. You have taken on limitations which actually do not belong to you. You are the subject, kshetrajna. You have identified yourself with the kshetra and taken on the problems of the kshetra on yourself. That's why kshetra, kshetrajna, your vibhaga. You must be able to discern the difference between the kshetra and the kshetrajna. And this discernment happens in the buddhi. And for that buddhi to be mature, refined and subtle, you needed those 20 values. So having given those values, the teacher takes you to the first line. Now let's go to the second. Very subtle, okay? Not difficult, subtle. And this is available as a parampara brought to us by our teachers. By reading it and by reading translations, you will go nowhere. Okay? People said, can you recommend a Gita book? I can recommend any number of Gita books. But I also recommend don't read it on your own. Because you will understand nothing. If you ask me what Gita book recommend, I will tell you. Gita is to be learned. It's a pramana. And the pramana deals with you. You can't stumble on yourself. You can't figure out for yourself certain truths. You need somebody who knows to unfold it to you. That's why the Guru, Gita and Guru go together. Gita is the pramana and Guru Vakya is what unfolds the pramana to you, reveals you to yourself. What is the, look at the second line, it says, Anadimat Param Brahma. Okay, now, what is the nature of the Kshetra? It is Sat or Asat. Here the context is slightly different. All of these are slightly technical. Okay, I will repeat it any number of times. The nature of the Kshetra is Sat and Sat. Sat meaning it is available to you, existence. Asat meanings not available, available in a potential. Not that Asat means non-existent. Here, in this context, Asat means available to you in a potential form, cannot be used now. Sat means available to be used. So what is the nature of the Kshetra? It is finite. Okay, and it cannot give you lasting peace, security, happiness. It is finite. It cannot give you permanent peace, security, happiness. It is in the form of Sat or Asat. It is either manifested into a karyam, or it is unmanifest in the form of a karanam. Either it is a cause or an effect. This is how the Kshetram is available to you, including this body, mind, sense complex, for which we must do a vivechanam. We are very clear this is an object. Yeah, no doubt at all. How do you know this is an object? Because you are seeing the object. You are feeling the object. You are using your sense organs and you know the object, and definitely you are not this. Now, come closer. Even come closer means come closer to yourself. Once in a classroom, when I said closer, the entire people started moving closer. So when I say come closer to your body. Do you know your body? Yes. You know what size, what shape, what age, what color, and you know your body. Do you know your emotions? Yes. You know you're happy now. You know you're confused at some point of time. You know you're disappointed. All these are emotions. Do you know your knowledge? You know this subject. You know you don't know this subject. So all these are products. They are all objects known to you. And who are you? What is your nature? You are, Veda comes and reveals to you, you are a conscious being. Conscious of the body, conscious of all the Kshetra, you are a conscious being. And the conscious being, one minute, Ramesh on the phone. Yeah, Ramesh. Hello, Ramesh. Ah, oh, it's restarted. I will have to hold on, is it? Okay, 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 yeah. So, where was I? Kshetra, yeah. The entire Kshetram, including my body, mind, sense complex, is an object of my knowledge. Then what are you? You are a conscious being. The name given to this conscious being here in this verse is Brahman. Brahman means the big one. Big not as an adjective, but as a noun. So far you know only big mountain. Okay, you only know a big jalebi, a big rat, you know what, the big bee. So, that is a big, only as an adjective. But do you know big as the big? The big is Brahman. And what is the nature of Brahman? Brahman is neither Sat nor Asat. It totally demolishes the object. You, the conscious being, forget Brahman. I don't forget Brahman. Let's stop using the word Brahman till it becomes clear to you. But careful, it's very subtle. We can go any number of times. I'm not in a hurry to finish it. Okay. You are the knower of everything around you. Okay. What is the nature of the object? It is Sat or Asat, meaning it is either a cause or an effect. So the product being cause or effect, the karyam being, the product being a cause and effect, the knower cannot be cause and effect. Okay. So the product is cause and effect. I, the knower, are free from the limitation of cause and effect. Point number one. Subtle, little subtle. You are all in chapter 13, all very enlightened seekers. If you have come this far, it means you are all enlightened seekers and you have the special blessing of Sri Krishna, Guru, your parampara. Otherwise, you would have dropped out in chapter 1 after listening to the stories. A story acha lagta hai, sir. I can't come. You would have quit. Manushyanam sahasreshu kinch. Yes, some people. Yatati siddhaye. Few people try for this. So you've all come this far. So put some effort. Because the biggest obstacle is here, buddhi. Samajh mein nahi aata. If you apply sharply, if you do mananam on what we are doing, it will become, if it doesn't become clear, it's not your problem, it's my problem. Because I should make it clear to you. So, I am the knower and everything else is known. And what is the problem of the known? It is either cause or effect. It is either potential or manifest. Okay. So I, the knower, am free from that because it's a product's nature. Okay. Another limitation. Any product is here. If it is here, it is not there. If it is there, it is not here. It is called Desha Parichinnam. If it is in one place, it is not in another place. The body, if it is here, it is not elsewhere. So the body is Desha Parichinnam. It is limited by space. I am the knower. Can the knower be limited by space? So the knower is not limited by space. Desha Parichinnam, knocked out. Every product has a beginning, has a middle, has an end. Every product, including this BMS, there will be a time, then it will end. For some days, will be, the garland of a photo in the main room with the garland will be there. Then it will shift to the inner room. Then it will go inside a dabba. This is the fact of life for everybody. Then it will go inside a dabba. You are in the dabba already, picture will also go inside it. यही है, सबकी औकात यही है कि कौन कौन कितने पानी में सबकी है पहचान मुझे. That's what the Kshetrajna says. So you are also Kala Parichinna, not you. The product is Kala Parichinna. Means you are limited by space, you are limited by objects. If you are here, you are not there. If you are here, you are limited by time. If you are here, you are not elsewhere. If you are now, you might not be. Why? You will definitely not be there in some time in future. There are only two things certain: a known birthday and an unknown death day. If these are the only two things certain in your life. So there will be a time then I won't be there. So Desha Parichinna, Kala Parichinna. There is a third Parichinna called Vastu Parichinna. That means if I am a man, I am not a woman. If I am fair, I am not black. I am not dark. If I'm old, I'm not young. So it is vastu. If I have certain attributes, it means I do not have certain attributes. It is called vastu parichinna. So kala parichinna, desha parichinna, vastu parichinna, sat asat belongs to objects. You are the subject, a conscious being free from all this. When you are free from all this, what does it mean? You are free from mortality, you are free from insecurity, you are free from dukkha, you are free from shoka, you are free from moha, free from kala parichinna, free from desha parichinna, free from vastu parichinna, free from sat asat parichinna. What are you? Who are you? Krishna says, Zara chocho, who are you? And he says, Anadi. You are, because Vastu has a beginning, Vastu has an end. The conscious being cannot have a beginning. Where the moment you are conscious of its beginning, it becomes a Vastu. That which is a conscious being, conscious of everything, has to be beginningless. The moment you say beginning, it comes under time parichinna, kala parichinna. So you are, you are, you are anadi, beginningless. Okay, then he says, tat param brahma, tat param brahma, amritam. You are that Parabrahma Tattvam, you are that conscious being who is Anadi, beginningless. Okay? Anadimat Param. Anadimat, that which is beginningless. Param. Tat Param Brahma. They use the word Param means once again earlier we said there are two. Apara. Apara means that which is impermanent. Para, that the only permanent can that in fact the only permanent can be called the Vastu. Everything else is Avastu. So you are, the teacher reveals to you. They don't pull punches here. They say we will tell you at the end of 2 hours after 20 reels. No, abhi bata diya. Kshetragya told to you. Values for preparation told to you. Chapter 13, Krishna straight away take you to a very strong subject. He says, you know Kshetra? Yes, Kshetra is different from you. You have got the values to appreciate a certain higher level of exploration which you are going to do now. A higher level of unfolding that I am going to do now. And that is, I am going to tell you something, pravakshami ashnute tat, which is worth knowing, knowing which amritam ashnute, you are free from your problem of insecurity and smallness, insignificance, dukkha, which has all been imposed on you by yourself because of knowledge, a lack of knowledge of your Swarupa. So freedom is freedom from ajnanam. Ajnanam of what? Ajnanam of your Swarupa, which is Anadimat Param Brahma. That is your Swarupam. You are my Swarupam. He is revealing it to you. You have to think. You have to think. You have to reflect on this. The morning session, we do Manan. That's what we reflect on. A few minutes every day, reflect. This is an object of my knowledge. I am the subject. Okay. Body, is this the object of my knowledge? Yes. I am different. My physiological functions, object of my knowledge? Yes. Who am I? Kshetragya, different. Do I know my emotions? Yes, I know. Emotions, object. What am I? Subject, Kshetragya. Emotions, Kshetra. I am Kshetragya, knower of my emotions. Do you know all the events in your life? Yes. Kshetram, I am the knower, Kshetrajna. What am I? If you take away my body, if you take away my, what am I? I am beginningless. Mat, I am Anadimat, I am beginningless. Param Brahma is the technical word used for Aham Brahmasmi. And if you want to reflect in English on this, I am a conscious being who functions through this body, mind, sense complex. I am a conscious being who functions through this body, mind, sense complex. This body, mind, sense complex has roles to play. Roles have scripts. Scripts have ups and downs. Problems belong to the role. Insecurity belongs to the role. Fear belongs to the role. Death belongs to the role. Dukkha belongs to the role. I, the subject matter, I am the content, I am the subject who is able to objectify all this. This is a reflection which we do. Done consistently, regularly, for a length of time, in touch with the Gita and the Guru, makes this your knowledge. Right now, you are able to appreciate. It is in the Gita. Yes, it makes sense. But with those jnanam becoming stronger, with other values becoming stronger, shamadama, uparama, thitiksha, etc. becoming stronger, this becomes natural to one's knowledge. We shall see further after from chapter 14. This verse number 4. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्य परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनीम् देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय हो। स्वामी दयानंद महाराज की जय हो। जय श्री राम पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय हो। Today is the beginning of a new year. It is called Vishwavasu Nama Samvatsara. There are 60 years. So we are in that cycle. We are in the Vishwavasu Samvatsara. Vishwavasu. It means the entire world will have abundance. Abundance doesn't come on its own. We have to contribute to the abundance. The biggest abundance is Atma Vidya. Once you are clear about your pursuit, all other pursuits become clear to you. So this is the abundance we have to pray for. We are all seekers. We have come so far. We started in 2020. We have come so far, 2025. 2026. We should be able to complete maybe another 2-3 chapters and go closer towards Atma Jnana. In fact, all of us, you have Atma Jnana. I don't want to say you will get Atma Jnana, then it falls under the bracket of something you will get in future. You have Atma Jnana, you need more clarity. That's it. I know what is the ultimate purpose of my life. I know the goal of my life. I need more clarity, and I need to drop off certain things which have certain muck. There are certain things in my database which don't get deleted easily. Because it happens, sometimes when you delete something, we'll say delete copies also, we forget to delete. Copies are retained. So you have to delete the data and delete its copies also. And even then, some potential muck is still there. MUCK. So it takes time. So let's work on it. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
चलो राम